Blazers were in Los Angeles to face the Clippers on Sunday. Thiago Splitter, the interim coach, in the fourth quarter. Clippers up 3. Kawhi Leonard finds Chris Paul at the top of the key. Clippers up 6. Later in L.A., up 5. Paul misses the 3. John Collins with the rebound. Gives it back to Chris. Drains that one. L.A. up 8. Under 3 minutes left. Clippers up 7. Kawhi hits the fadeaway.
He just shut the door.
And then the Clippers again up 7. Kawhi with the drive. Goes with the floater. Kawhi, 30 points, 10 boards. Clippers win 114-107. The Clippers are easily the oldest team in the NBA with an average age of 30 on opening night. Every other team's average age is below 29. The oldest of those players, Chris Paul, sat down with our Marc Spears in his latest Anscape interview.
Chris Paul has mastered that mid-range jumper over the years.
And I'll show you this, just talk about what comes to mind.
Rookie, that's the rookie photo shoot.
Yeah, just talk about that guy.
Yeah, long time ago. Long time ago. I don't know, in a way, I think at this point, it seemed like it wasn't that long ago. But then when you start looking at pictures and thinking about stuff, it do feel like it was a long time ago. But a lot of stuff has changed since then.
How much just appreciation do you have for making it this far?
It's crazy when I look at pictures and I think about time now, one of the first things I do is I think about my kids. Because I think about how old I was in that picture in relevance to the age of my kids. 19, 20 years old, and now my son is 16. It ain't that far removed. You know, that could be a few more years, and that's the mind space he would be in. All right? There we go. Good. You? Man, appreciate it.
The introductory day, there was just like this joy that your presence was now back in Los Angeles.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing that brought that emotion is thinking about the 6 years that I played here before and the roller coaster, the up and down, and some teams or organizations that you have had some of your best experiences with, you never really leave, right? You do go to other teams and you have different experiences or whatnot, but through the people that work for the team, and my family still being back here in LA, to see the fan appreciation and to have my family here and to know what this season had meant. I think it was just all wrapped up in a lot of emotions.
Where is your joy at?
It's interesting because I know where my joy is. The fact that I get to come and hoop here every day, right? Still get a chance to play the highest level and compete day in and day out, and I get to go home. We had a day the other day. It was just me, my wife, and my kids, but it was just us, and that doesn't happen that often. And I know they probably get tired of me saying it, but we'll just be sitting there watching TV, and I'll just be like, damn, I missed y'all, you know. And I tell them it's just the normalcy of life. The last 6 years, I would get out of practice and go home and talk to them on FaceTime and just see what they were doing. And now getting a chance to be a part of the simplest things. If it's school drop-off, those 15-minute car rides or whatnot are what really, make my days.
Chris Paul again has the comforts of home in LA as he is back at the crib with his family playing for his old Clippers. And when you add the 40-year-old's love of the game to the mix, it doesn't appear to be a given that this will be his last NBA season.
The thing that I always constantly think about is time. And for me, while I think I could play another, I don't know how many years or whatnot and keep going, the thing that always makes me wonder and think how long I want to play, if I want to keep playing, is I think about like my family, right? And I'm not just saying my immediate family. I think about spending time with my grandmother, my grandfather, my grandparents. And it sounds simple, but I want to play golf with my dad.
So with that in mind, does that mean this is it?
No, I was saying like all of this stuff is part of my decision making in my thought process.
Well, he was non-committal there, Mark. Great job, as always. But are there any signs you think the 11-time All-NBA player could be calling it quits?
As you said, he hasn't announced it. I think the expectation is this is it. But after I talked to him, he had his iPad out. He's looking at plays that he's sending to his teammates in order to get more production this season. So if he's about to go away, I don't know, man. It seemed like he's really engaged and really having fun and prefer to stick around perhaps a little bit longer.
We love having
82 last year. Started all 82 last year.
Yeah.
Welcome back to NBA Today.
Lakers star Luka Doncic will be out at least 1 week with a left finger sprain and lower left leg contusion. And that's unfortunate for fans because he was off to a historic start this season on opening night. Doncic had 43 points, 12 rebounds, 9 assists in a loss to the Warriors. 43 points are also the most in a season opener by a Lakers player since Kobe in 2007. Then in Game 2, Luka dropped 49 points, his most in a Lakers uniform against the Wolves in a victory. Doncic became the first Lakers player to start a season with consecutive 40-point games, which is saying something in the Lakers' history if you think about it. Fourth player overall to do this, along with Wilt Chamberlain, Michael Jordan, and Anthony Davis. In total, he has 92 points this season. That's the fourth most through a player's first 2 games of an NBA season in history, and the most through the first 2 games of a season by a guard in NBA history, surpassing the 86-87 season Michael Jordan had. Now we welcome in our senior writer who covers the Lakers, Dave McMenamin, fresh off a plane from Sacramento. And a belated happy birthday to our guy, Dave McMenamin. But real quick, what more can you tell us about Luka's injuries and how the Lakers are approaching this upcoming stretch?
Yeah, George, in the Minnesota game on Friday, he banged his one of his fingers on his non-shooting hand, his left hand, and then later in the game suffered a lower leg contusion. And this is after, on the season opening game against the Warriors, he required more than an hour of treatment post-game on a groin issue. And so this is just an abundance of caution that the franchise is using with Doncic right now. They want to be able to be playing their best basketball and make a run April through June, and obviously Luka will need to be a huge part of that. I spoke to a source within the organization on Sunday, and he expressed optimism to me that this would not be a situation where 1 week becomes 2 weeks, 2 weeks become 3 weeks. They believe that giving him some time right now should be enough to address it, and we're talking about Luka back in the lineup next week.
Well, you know what? It doesn't matter, Dave. No Luka, no LeBron, no problem, because it's the Austin Reeves show right now, and we saw that last night in L.A. Reeves exploded for a career-best 51 points, shooting 12 of 22 from the floor, 21 of 22 from the charity stripe. Reeves was an assist shy of a triple-double, also adding 11 boards and 9 dimes. He's the first Laker to log 50, 10, and 5 in any game since Kobe back in 2006. And check this out. The King tweeted, 50-piece chicken nuggets. Our boy AR, too tough. Then 5 minutes later saying, damn, that's crazy. We almost had back-to-back 50 balls. Damn it, Don. Sick backcourt. Referring to Luka going for 49 on Saturday. So, Dave, LeBron obviously has yet to play this season, but his tweet game is ready to roll. What can we expect as far as when we could potentially see him out there?
Yeah, George, it's been about 3 weeks since he was diagnosed with the sciatica issue down his right side of his body. And I'm told that we're still in the range of about 3 more weeks before he would be targeting a return sometime in mid-November. Now, I have been told by multiple sources over the last several days that his rehab and all of the process to get back to that return date is moving in the right direction. So there is good vibes around it. Now, he didn't travel with the team to Sacramento, and that wasn't a sign of any sort of setback with the sciatica. It was really, with it being a back-to-back, it didn't make sense for him to make that trip up and back when he wasn't going to be playing, when he could be spending that time in Los Angeles rehabbing. And again, it's the same idea. This team wants to be able to make some noise in the postseason, so do whatever you can now to make sure LeBron James's body, Luka Doncic's body, et cetera, right on down the roster is ready to play when it really matters.
Yeah, 100%, because the West is so unforgiving. You can't have, I mean, one thing is to start the season at a certain place, but you could probably stay afloat, David. The schedule, as I mentioned, is not easy by any stretch of the imagination, because every team in the West is pretty darn good. They got the Blazers tonight, then they go on the road, Minnesota. We know Ant won't be available, but They've got Wemby coming in a week. So what do you make of them, and can they stay afloat?
It's going to be tough, and we know what Austin Reeves would have took for them to beat the Sacramento Kings, or 50 Burger to beat them. But a lot of this is also on DeAndre Ayton. They trust him in the pick and roll. Austin Reeves was running a lot of pick and roll with him, and he had 22 and 15 last night. DeAndre Ayton's going to have to be a legitimate second option for this Lakers team while Luka is out. I was really down on this move to bring him in, but he's impressed me so far this season. He's going to have to be a little bit better.
I'm just wondering who's playing tonight. Because, like, Marcus Smart got hurt.
Yeah.
Gabe Vincent got hurt.
Right.
I mean, I don't know how they won that game with as many injuries as they had.
Well, DeAndre Ayton played really well.
Played really well.
He set some incredible screens, I think, too. That goes, I think it was 32 screens he set last night to led to Laker points. So.
Well, and he and Austin have a little vibe going between them.
Yeah, for sure.
NBA on ESPN.